Now, since it is a coffee ganache, I will start with making that filling because it needs to get a little bit harder and it needs a little bit time. So how do you start? Well, you have 500 milliliters of cream and 50 grams of grinded coffee. Now what you do is you just boil the cream, pour it on top of the coffee, let it sit for 15 minutes, then strain it to a fine sieve or maybe even with a cheesecloth inside of it so that all the coffee stays in there, and then you have a delicious cappuccino mocha flavored cream left, and you use that cream and melt it with your chocolate 1-to-1 ratio. So if you have 400 milliliters of cream left or 400 grams, you add 400 grams of dark chocolate, about 70%. At least I did 70%. That is the more easier way, and it becomes nice and sturdy, pretty solid, and has a nice bitterness to it and a nice creaminess from the coffee cream with the richness of the coffee. And you just leave it in a, I put a pot of water to boil. I put my coffee cream and my chocolate inside a glass bowl on top of it and melt the chocolate like that together. Doesn't need to take long. Now you don't want it super hot, so once in a while take it off and you just stir it. And basically it takes 5 to 10 minutes. You just keep stirring with a spatula or pan licker or a marise, and you just mix it from time to time nicely around until it's all chocolate and like nice filling. You put it in a piping bag, you tie it up, and you leave it be. That's it. It's super easy. And once it cools down, we can continue with the next step. Now the next step is a little bit more complicated, but it is not super interesting either. Now you take another glass bowl, or you wash your glass bowl by hand with product, then you melt, let's say 700 grams, 600-700 grams of chocolate, right? You need a lot of chocolate for this. You melt it the same way how you melt the previous chocolate. For me, that is the easier way. Some people do it in the microwave. Now I don't trust it. It can go wrong way too quick. And with this, I have no control. I just put it again on top of a pot with boiling water. Put my bowl with chocolate on it. Stir it once in a while so that everything is melted equally. Once everything is melted, the hard part is coming. Because what you gotta do is you need to pour it while it's still hot. Fill all the holes of the shape that you're using. Now I'm using small square shapes. Fill it up. Then tap it a few times on the table so that all the air comes out. So that it's all equal. Right? Like tap, 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 tap. It's all equal. Then you turn it upside down so that all the chocolate comes down for you at least. Is it like 120 degrees so that all the chocolate comes running downwards, and keep scraping it from time to time. Easiest is of course upside down so that fridge. So once the chocolate is hard, which takes maybe 2 hour or two or so, like 2-3 hours, leave it in fridge, do something else, just don't think about it. Then you ganache. That might be hard if you haven't left it inside the fridge. So you just left it at room temperature. You can fill the squares right away, but leave about half a centimeter or like half a centimeter to a centimeter from the top empty. So just fill it up about 90% of the shape. And fill them up again, then you put it back in the fridge. Now, why I say 90%? Because after that, once it gets hard again, after a few hours, you want to melt the chocolate again that you used before, or melt new one if you used all of it, and then do the same thing again. So like spread the chocolate, melt the chocolate, spread it all over, and then let it all set. It's not that complicated. In the previous video, I commented on like that I'm, stirring chocolate for 15 minutes, but that's about it. Like you just stir chocolate a lot. It's a messy job, or at least for me. I cannot get it super clean. And besides, I'm working at home. People who do it at home, it doesn't mean to be the cleanest job ever. So. And now comes the hardest part. So you fill it all up, right? And the chocolate is hard again. Understandable. There is a slight trick to it. You put it in the freezer for about 15 minutes because chocolate shrinks a little bit in size. So once you have it in the freezer for 10-15 minutes, you can take the shape out. Just smack it hard on the table, and it will come out of the shape super easily. That is the trick, and then you got yourself delicious chocolate bonbons.